in the traditional Chinese medicine and in Ayurveda, mentioning about the benefits of Ganoderma lucidum. Now, the modern research has shown us that these medicinal benefits are very powerful and they help our body. So I'll go a little slow because some of you may not be well versed with English. So I'll keep it very simple and I'll go a little slowly. So time is not the problem. So I'll try to finish within 45 minutes to 1 hour. So it's a king of herbs. DXN produces high quality organic Ganoderma. Thanks to our beloved CEO, Dr. Lim Sujan, who has given us this Ganoderma to the entire world. And the first product the DXN produced was this Ganoderma. And later on, only a lot of other products came. So in India also, we had only Ganoderma GL initially, and only after more than 2.5 years, we got the other products. So we started off with this Ganoderma. We were trying to learn something about that Ganoderma. That time, the literature was very limited, and we had difficulty in accessing the literature. Now it has become very easy. You go to any scientific website, you can find a lot informations and research papers on Ganoderma lucidum. So the research information may not be necessary to all of us, and it's only for the researchers to take care of that. So as I said, it's king of herbs. And first of all, we should remember one important thing when we talk about Ganoderma. That is, Ganoderma acts on the. So many of us, we promote it as, it's a panacea for very many diseases. It is not a drug, but it's a nutritional supplement, food supplement, which has many medicinal values. So it is not for any specific disease that we recommend intake of Ganoderma. It's our health. It's for our health. All of you know that when health is gone, everything is gone. Any amount of money cannot buy health. So, but unfortunately, we have neglected our health over a period of so many years. That is why a lot of young people, they get into disease process, like, we call it as fatal diseases, life-threatening illnesses like diabetes, heart attacks, strokes, kidney failure. So what my experience is, the present generation gets all these age-related illnesses about 2 decades earlier. And my thinking is, as you age, you get into a lot of disease process. So aging leads to disease. And why should we get the disease at the age of 20 and 30? It has become very common now. So we need to protect ourselves from those deadly diseases. And for that, if you are talking about the health depends upon so many factors. Good nutrition, clean air, that is good oxygen, and good immunity, personal hygiene, atmosphere, hygiene of the surroundings, so many things. And the health is not taught in any school or college. That's the most neglected subject. Of course, we used to have in our medical college days preventive medicine as a subject. We used to take it very easily, and preventive medicine is the order of the day. And Ganoderma definitely can help us in preventing diseases. As I said, Ganoderma acts on the disease. By acting on the disease, it makes your body powerful so that you stay healthy. You stay not only healthy, but you insulate, you protect your body from getting all those infections or diseases. There are three powerful actions of Ganoderma on the body. One of the most important action is that immunomodulation. The immune system is very important to us. Ganoderma is a powerful immunomodulator. It is said next to mother's milk, Ganoderma is the most powerful immunomodulator. When the child is born, mother has to feed the child, and the World Health Organization says that the mother has to feed the child for 2 years. I don't know how many of the mothers at the present day are able to feed the child up to 2 years. Okay, if not 2 years, at least 1 year. Because during the first 3 years of life, most of the vital organs and the immune system, they develop. So when you have a strong immune system that is developed in your childhood, then you can avoid very many infections and diseases. And of course, with the good nutrition, you can upgrade your immune system. And one of the powerful action of Ganoderma is that immunomodulation. We all talk about the immunity. We talk about how to upgrade the immune system. And now, world over, the scientists agree that the Indian spices, they contribute a lot to the development of system. Where ginger, garlic, pepper, and so many things, what we daily use in our traditional food. So, food as medicine, nutrition as medicine, that is a concept. Now we are going away from that. That way the whole problem is happening today. So, we need to upgrade our immune system. At the same time, the beauty of Ganoderma is that it can modulate the immune system, meaning that some of the diseases can be caused by overactivity of the immune system. They are called as autoimmune disease. So in diseases which are caused by autoimmune disorders, Ganoderma has got a very powerful role to play. So the immunomodulation is one of the powerful effects of Ganoderma. It increases the production of interleukin 1 and 2 and interferon, which are primarily responsible for our immune system. When we talk about immunity, we talk about the cellular immunity and the humoral immunity. And Ganoderma increases both, modulates both the immune types of immune system, humoral as well as cellular immunity. So, upgrading the immune system, the weak immune system, and also modulating the hyperimmune situation, Ganoderma can be a very powerful food supplement and help us do that. The second important action of due to metabolism or oxidation process is happening in our body. In every cell in our body, there are a lot of metabolites which are very essential to the body is produced. At the same time, a lot of bad chemicals also produced. So they need to be eliminated by two important organs. One is the liver, other is the kidney. So liver is a big chemical factory. It detoxifies so many chemicals which are metabolites produced in our body, and it helps to eliminate, detoxify the body, and through the intestinal tract, alimentary tract, we can also eliminate a lot of these toxins, and lungs can eliminate the toxic gases, especially carbon dioxide. The skin can eliminate a lot of toxins. Skin is, as you said, skin is a first protection to our body. So it has got various the actions on the body. So God has created us with these protective mechanisms. And in spite of that, we are exposed to a lot of these toxic chemicals, especially in the modern times, whatever fruits and vegetables that we are taking, or any other so-called the tinned foods or bottled drinks, they all contain the pesticides and chemicals. And continuously, our body is bombarded with all these toxic material. So that leads to a lot of diseases, and those toxic elements can harm our vital organs, and that can express itself as a disease, as a kidney failure or heart failure or a brain failure, whatever it is. So the second most powerful action of Ganoderma on the body is the detoxification function. And in our allopathy, we talk about antioxidants. The antioxidants are food and food supplements which can eliminate free radicals. The free radicals are a group of compounds which are very toxic to the body. They can lead to severe infection, severe diseases like heart attack, stroke, kidney failure. So the more the amount of this the bad food that you take, unhealthy food what you take, then your body production of free radicals becomes very high. Even though our body has got inherent antioxidants, it may not be sufficient to deal with the excessive production of these free radicals. And these free radicals can be eliminated by Ganoderma. So in the medical literature, we know that ginseng is a very powerful antioxidant. And Ganoderma, we measure the antioxidant value in terms of ORAC value, that is oxygen radical absorbent capacity. Ginseng, it said that it has got a value of 5,000, but our Ganoderma is very powerful, 5 times powerful like a ginseng as an antioxidant. It has got an ORAC value of 23,000. So you can understand how powerful this Ganoderma is as an antioxidant to eliminate the free radicals from the body. So as a free radical scavenger, as a food supplement which can detoxify your body, it plays a very major role in maintaining our health and protecting our health. The third important action of Ganoderma on the body is that it improves the blood circulation, especially microcirculation. The microcirculation is very, very critical because only through the microcirculation, the oxygen, the nutrition has to be transferred to every cell in the body, and whatever the waste products, they have to be taken up and they have to be eliminated by kidney or the liver. And it has to transport also the carbon dioxide, which is eliminated by the lungs. So if you have a good blood circulation, healthy blood vessels, you have a healthy body. And The heart is so unique that it functions throughout your lifetime without any rest. It's a miraculous organ. For that matter, every organ or in the body, what God has given us, we cannot reproduce it. We cannot manufacture it. I normally say, even we cannot manufacture our nail or even a hair. So it's an incredible human machine. Our body is an incredible human machine, which is given by God, if you believe in that. So it's absolutely important that we must take care of our body and health. And in this context, the blood circulation becomes very, very critical in maintaining our health. And how to improve the blood circulation? There are not many drugs which will help in improving the blood circulation. So we generally say as cardiologists, walking is the best medicine. Why walking is the best medicine? Because the heart pumps more blood into the system, and every cell receives more oxygen, more nutrition, and stays healthy. But nowadays, with the sedentary life, our blood circulation has come down. That is why young people are becoming sick. They get into a lot of health problems. So they don't exercise, they don't walk, they don't play. And if you take care of your blood vessels and if you improve the blood circulation, you stay healthy. So what is there in Ganoderma to help your blood circulation and to protect your blood vessels? There are two components, powerful components present in Ganoderma. One is the adenosine, other is the guanosine. Every cell has got an adenosine in the form of adenosine triphosphate, and when that is converted into ADP, a high energy phosphate releases, it becomes the fuel for the cell. So adenosine plays a major role as an energizer in every cell. And in my allopathy, we use adenosine, injection adenosine for some of the conditions, especially the supraventricular tachycardias. That is the drug of choice. So you must realize that God has created this Ganoderma, which is rich in adenosine and guanosine. Adenosine can help in vasodilatation, especially the microcirculation. We talk about the microcirculation. We need to protect the microcirculation. So consuming Ganoderma, which has more adenosine, high concentration of adenosine and guanosine, helps your body to regulate your microcirculation. So Ganoderma is a very powerful food supplement which can protect your microcirculation, which can protect your blood vessels, and also it can protect your heart. Let me come to that a little later, how it is very powerful in protecting the vital organs, especially the heart. So the three powerful actions of Ganoderma, what I had mentioned, let me repeat that. One is the immunomodulation. At the present point of time, I think that's a priority to protect us from various infections, bacterial or viral, whatever. The second powerful effect is the detoxification function. That is eliminating the free radicals from our body so that we can protect our health. The third action, powerful action, is on the blood vessels, especially on the microcirculation, so that every organ receives good nutrition and good oxygen. So these three actions of Ganoderma on the body makes it so powerful that it helps us to protect our health. Apart from this, Ganoderma has got some medicinal benefits, meaning that it has more than 400 active ingredients. None of them are toxic to the body. They are classified under 5 major headings. All of you know about that: polysaccharides, organic germanium, triterpenes, and all those elements. And there are so many researches going on all over the world today about this Ganoderma lucidum. So, in this context, Ganoderma can act as a medicine. What are the medicinal benefits? One is, it's a powerful anti-cancer effect. We all know that cancer is a deadly disease. Nobody should get cancer because the suffering is so much. There are good cancers and bad cancers also. Good cancers, we can treat easily, but there are bad cancers where we have no medicines. And cancer is on the rise. And now we know that cancer is the second most cause of death. And heart disease is number 1. So I think soon cancer will overtake the heart disease. So in that situation, given in that situation, I think we need to depend on more and more the comprehensive approach to such diseases. So in that context, Ganoderma is a very powerful anti-cancer agent. The mechanism of action, so many people have studied, and it's my personal experience also. Ganoderma has helped so many cancer patients. In allopathy, we do surgery, we give radiation, we give chemotherapy. And apart from all these treatment modalities, we have powerful herbs also which can deal with cancer, especially in Ayurveda or other system of medicine, alternate system of medicine. And when you combine these two, probably to a large extent, we can cure or control many of the cancers. As I said, there are bad cancers like sarcomas. They don't behave well, and they are difficult cancers to treat. It's a good thing that God has given us Ganoderma. It can fight against the cancer. So anti-cancer effect is one of the powerful effects of Ganoderma. And to recollect from my allopathic knowledge, there are so many drugs which are derived from herbs and and plants which we use it as medicine. I can give few examples. One is vincristine, vinblastine, vinorelbine, and all these 3 drugs, anti-cancer drugs, they are used for multiple cancers: cervical cancers, lymphomas, and breast cancers. So these 3 anti-cancer drugs are derived from a flowering plant, the Vinca rosea, the periwinkle, the root of Vinca rosea. And there are also other anti-cancer drugs, plant alkaloids. They are called plant alkaloids, which are used as medicine. We extract those active compounds and then we give it as injections or orally. Paclitaxel, docetaxel, I can go on listing. So, anti-cancer effect of Ganoderma is one of the powerful medicinal benefit of Ganoderma. And at this juncture, I want to tell you that, in allopathy, 70% of allopathic medications, they are derived from nature and herbs. 70. Only 30% are purely inorganic or chemicals. So God, the nature has given us such powerful herbs and plants with medicinal benefits. So we need to use that. And to talk about certain, the medicines which are derived. Now today we talk about hydroxychloroquine. Where is chloroquine derived from? The chloroquine is derived from cinchona bark. And hydrochloroquine is a less toxic drug than chloroquine. And likewise, there are so many drugs which are used in antibiotics. Most of them are derived from the fungus or bacteria. Let it be, penicillin or, higher generation antibiotics. They are all derived from simple organisms. And day in and day out, I prescribe digoxin. Digoxin is obtained from the common flowering plant, foxglove, Digitalis purpura. That's the only drug which is given for a heart which is dilated and failing. And moreover, it has got anti-arrhythmic properties also. So we should understand that nature has given us so many powerful herbs which can be used as medicine. And for liver failure, for infective jaundice, what is the drug? It's a Pyranthus nerura. In Tamil, it's called Kilonallikirai. There is no other drug which can help the liver. So, one of the powerful medicinal benefit of Ganoderma is that anti-cancer effect. It's an anti-allergic agent. Allergy is a phenomenon by which we get into a lot of disease process, maybe bronchial allergy, skin allergy, nasal allergy. So that can express itself as a disease. And we in allopathy give many anti-allergic medications. The problem is, those medications can also cause side effects or allergic to somebody. The beauty of Ganoderma is that, it's absolutely non-toxic. And it's a powerful anti-allergic agent. It can help in eczema. So, or any other allergic disorders. So it's a very powerful anti-allergic. It's an anti-inflammatory. Especially the polysaccharide fraction of Ganoderma is a very powerful anti-inflammatory component. So it is a natural painkiller. As we age, all of us get into some kind of arthritis, and we need to take a lot of these painkillers. The painkillers are deadly. I've seen people with one tablet of painkiller causing renal shutdown. May bleed somewhere. So most used and misused drug is painkiller. So my advice is, before taking a painkiller, you think 10 times. If the pain is tolerable, don't take it. If it is not, you are not able to tolerate the pain, then you take the painkiller. So the most used and misused drug is painkiller. We have a natural painkiller. Ganoderma is an anti-inflammatory because of anti-inflammatory effect. It's a natural painkiller. And when I talk about the pain-killing effect, our DXN product, Morinzi, that's a very powerful painkiller. So in chronic painful conditions, both Ganoderma and Morinzi, they can help as painkillers. It balances your blood pressure and your blood sugar. Ganoderma present in Ganoderma, and A and B present in Ganoderma, that can regularize your blood sugar. And now more and more young people are becoming diabetic, and a lot of complications the patient has. They have to suffer, like neuropathy, chronic ulcers, and renal failure. So when you are able to control your blood sugar and blood pressure, those diseases can be prevented or at least postponed. So it balances the blood sugar, blood pressure, and all the organ function. So the balancing function is one of the powerful effects of Ganoderma, and that is why Dr. Lim has given GL separately. That is from the mycelium of Ganoderma. So GL, the action of GL is the balancing function because it contains more triterpenes, more polysaccharides, and organic germanium. So Ganoderma balances all your body functions, organ functions. It can protect your vital organs, your heart, liver, brain, and kidney. And the benefit of Ganoderma is mentioned in our textbook of cardiology, Braunwald textbook of cardiology. There's a chapter 51, which talks about the alternative and comprehensive medicine in treating heart patients. And Ganoderma has got an ACE inhibiting effect. So this ACE inhibition can help the heart to reduce the workload, the stress load of the heart. It also can reduce the blood pressure and also can modulate various risk factors which lead to heart disease. So it's a very powerful heart tonic. Along with the medications, when you take Ganoderma, you get an additional benefit. It can protect your kidneys, your brain, your liver. All these things are vital organs. So the protective effect of Ganoderma on the vital organs is another medicinal effect. It's called as a herb of spirituality. By calming the mind, they say that you can improve the spirituality. Of course, all of us become spiritual after the age of 60, when we retire. But we must understand one of the 4 pillars of health as defined by World Health Organization. It's not merely when they define health, it's not only mere absence of disease. It's you must be in a good state of physical health, mental health, social health, and the spiritual health. So, hello. Okay, I'll come because I don't have headphone, Vijay, so I'll come little closer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go near the microphone of the cell phone. Okay. So it's a hub of spirituality. Buddhist monks have been using Ganoderma, decoction of Ganoderma, for so many thousands of years to improve their spiritual function. And it's a herb of longevity. Now, the longevity is increasing all over the world. What was 45 and 47 in India, now I think the average life expectancy in India is around 67, 68. In some developed countries like Japan and in the Western world and China, people are living up to late 80s and 90s. So I'm sure in future, the longevity also will go up because man is genetically engineered to live for 120 years. So I think it is important that we should take care of our health and improve our longevity. Nobody wants to die, except few people. They want to end their life or such things happening. So it's called as a herb of spirituality, longevity, and anti-aging. Because as I said, it has multiple effects on the body and it can postpone the aging process. Aging process is inherent in our body. We cannot avoid it. Aging leads to disease. Aging leads to death. There are so many age-related diseases. So when you age, certain changes happen in your body. One is your mitochondrial energy production comes down. So your energy comes down. You feel little lethargic. Your walking comes down. Your digestion comes down. Your vision comes. Everything comes down. Your memory comes down. Your brain function comes down. That is because the energy production in every cell comes down. How to recharge that energy? That's where Ganoderma can help. We talk about the rejuvenation. One of the ultimate, the effect of Ganoderma is rejuvenation and regeneration. Let me come to that little later about the regeneration. So the rejuvenation, that helps in charging our every cell in the body. All of you know that our body contains more than 50 trillion cells. So these 50 trillion cells have to be healthy if you want to be healthy. So they have to get the proper nutrition, proper oxygen, and proper energy production should be there. And Ganoderma is something like a catalyst to improve the energy production. That is why it becomes a very powerful anti-aging. And when you talk about the regeneration, the ultimate benefit of Ganoderma is the regeneration function. When we age, the regeneration function comes down. Our capacity to regenerate our cells in our body, in our organs, comes down. We know that when an organ loses about 40% of their cell population, that organ fails. Let it be heart, let it be liver, let it be kidney. It becomes as failure starts setting in of the particular organ. And whatever the modern gadgets or modalities we have in helping those failing organs, ultimately it becomes difficult. That's beyond treatment or irreparable. We are doing kidney transplant, heart transplant, and so many things. But science has got a lot of limitations. So best thing is to protect our health. So in old age, your cell regeneration comes down. That's one of the main change that happens as you age. And ultimately, when age catches up, a lot of people die because of the aging process. That's a multi-organ failure. So it's very important that we have to postpone the aging process. My thinking is postpone the aging process, postpone the disease process, and postpone the death. So I generally say, all of us retire after 60, and after that we become neglected. Most of us, we are not going to be productive, and that's the point of time. Our health matters, and my thinking is up to the age of 80, one should be able to live without any problem. Of course, when you age, when you cross 60, you get into some form of disease. Why should you get the disease at the age of at young age, at 30, 35? That's what we see today because of our unhealthy habits, our unhealthy food, unhealthy atmosphere, so many things. So I think it's logical to think that we should live up to 80. After 80, I don't know whether people will be comfortable living after 80 years. Some people, yes, they are still productive even after 80 or 90s. That's only a very minor percentage of people. So health becomes very important as we age. And in this context, I think Ganoderma has got a very major role to play so that you can protect yourself from the various diseases in the young age and also in the old age to stay healthy. Health is wealth. So I've seen, so many patients with a lot of money, a lot of assets. But when it comes to a question of health, you cannot buy health. And that is the motto of our DXN, what Dr. Lim has taught us. Health, wealth, and then happiness. He puts the health as first message, and how our DXN products are so powerful in maintaining the health. Nutrition plays a great role in protecting our health. So the current thinking is food as medicine, nutrition as medicine. And we talk about the balanced diet. And it is said that our diet should be 80% alkaline and 20% acidic. Acidic food also we require. But when you take excess of acidic food, what happens is, it becomes toxic. You produce a lot of these free radicals. Now, what's happening today is we take a lot of these acidic foods, so-called, the fast foods. The fast foods are fast way to disease and death. So please see that your children are not addicted to all these fast foods. So that has become the order of the day. Whatever is cooked at home, the mother cooks at home, that is the best food that you can take. So the balanced food is very important, and the nutrition also is important. When we talk about nutrition, we talk about macronutrition and micronutrition. The macronutrition nutrients are fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. The micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. Unfortunately, we are lacking in micronutrients in today, the foods what we take. Normally, the micronutrition has to come from the vegetables and the fruits. But now everything is with the pesticides and chemicals. And our soil has changed. That is why, the vegetables, they are not healthy. And this micronutrition is very, very critical in functioning of every cell in the body. And for that, Dr. Lim has given us spirulina. The spirulina is a very powerful product which can take care of your micronutrition. It has got 65% digestible protein, vitamin B12, phycocyanin, and chlorophyll. It can improve your hemoglobin. It is sad to say that 90% of our Indian women are anemic, meaning that they have a hemoglobin less than 10 grams per cent. They may have gold and diamonds, but unfortunately, they will not have blood. So the quality of blood is the essence of our health. And my practical experience is that spirulina is very powerful food supplement which can increase your hemoglobin. It can give you a lot of micronutrition which will take care of your cellular health. And spirulina is a queen of nutrition. So both RGGL and the Ganoderma, they are very, very essential to us in maintaining our health. Now, talking about the DXN business as such, many of us, we focus on secondary income or old age pension. And I came to know about Ganoderma in 1999 through my great friend, my family friend, Professor Vaspalaya and Dr. Ratna. And my first testimonial was on a blood cancer patient. So when she improved, I thought there is something in it. Then I realized that we use a lot of herbs as medicines in allopathy. And since then, I have been consuming Ganoderma. I've been recommending Ganoderma to all my friends and relatives, but it's very difficult to convince them. Our system of allopathy is totally different. We study about the anatomy, physiology, pathology, and pharmacology, and we always want scientific evidence. Only now there are so much of scientific research is available on Ganoderma, and even in 2020 publications, there has come in the PubMed. Please go through some of the articles which can help you to improve your knowledge. Go to the website www.pubmed.gov. There are more than 10,000 papers on Ganoderma, and as I said, a lot of research is happening all over the world, in many developed countries also, about this Ganoderma. And scientists also say that Ganoderma can be a source of many drugs. So you know that an antibiotic is isolated from Ganoderma, that's a ganomycin. And the polysaccharide fraction that is used as an anti-cancer agent. That's a trial. Human trials are going on now. Yes, the human trials on HIV is going on about Ganoderma. So the day is not far off. We will be able to extract more compounds from Ganoderma which can be used as medicine. But the problem is, you get only one medicinal benefit. As I mentioned earlier, Ganoderma has got more than 400 active ingredients. When you consume Ganoderma as a whole, then you get all the medicinal benefits of Ganoderma. Of course, a single drug can help a particular disease, but when you consume Ganoderma on a daily basis, then you stay healthy. And how much of Ganoderma to take? So my knowledge is, if you take about 5 grams of Ganoderma a day, that is should be sufficient. When you have any health problems, maybe that you can double the dosage. That is 10 grams of Ganoderma. That is 10 to 15 capsules of RGGL every day. But in cancer treatment, you need a very high dose of Ganoderma because you need to increase the tissue concentration of Ganoderma. So you need to take about 22 to 24 grams of Ganoderma every day, either in the form of a powder or RGGL, so that it will have effect on the cancer cells. It can kill the cancer cells. So except for such very severe illnesses, one need not take such a high dosage. I think 5 grams per day is will do. And in times of your health coming down, maybe some disease or infection or whatever it is, you double the dosage of Ganoderma, maybe 8 to 10 grams of Ganoderma. And at this present juncture, I think many of us will be taking more Ganoderma. So my advice is take more Ganoderma, that is double the dose of Ganoderma, and at least 5 grams per day. And if you are able to take 10 grams, that's fine, absolutely fine. You can have a very powerful immune system. You can have all the protective mechanisms of Ganoderma, actions of Ganoderma on the body. So this is my knowledge about Ganoderma, but I can go on and on, but I don't think it's necessary because it's only a one-way session, and it will be too boring if I extend my talk.
Doctor, few of them they want, often feel burning on her back. Just a moment, his question is run away. I'm just trying to get that question because so many questions are.
Yeah, we have time, no problem.
Okay. What doses of RGGL shall be given in case of diabetic and BP?
That's what I said, no? 5 grams per day. That is around 6 pairs of RGGL is enough. Okay. But a lot of people think that, more dosage is required. In my opinion, if you are able to take about 5 grams a day, it's okay. Because once I remember, I discussed with our CEO, Dr. Lim, and he was saying that 5 grams is adequate. But if in cases of need, when you have any sickness, just double the dosage. That's it. There is no hard and fast.
And one person is writing that is, I was suffering from allergy, and every morning I used to sneeze 20 to 30 times. So please guide me about the product, which product I will take, and so that I will overcome from this problem.
Yeah, allergy, basically one should understand that, you can be allergic to multiple things. So I talked about the nasal allergy, right? Skin allergy and any kind of allergy. And it's very difficult to find out what you are allergic to. Usually it is common. Dust allergy is common. Pollution, because of pollution, allergy is common. So we try to find out what is the cause for allergy. We do a lot of these allergic tests, injecting materials in the skin and try to find out what the person is allergic to. A lot of people are allergic to even coloring agents, vegetables, fruits. So one need to find out. It's only process of elimination he has to find out. And in allopathy, we give only anti-allergic medications. So and along with the medications, you take Ganoderma, and that is, as I mentioned, 5 grams per day. And over a period of time, don't expect the Ganoderma to act immediately. It will take time. It will take 3 months, 6 months. Depends upon your body sensitivity to Ganoderma. But you keep taking it, maybe the allergy will come down and you will be able to overcome that, or the suffering will become less.
Sir, one question came that is regarding he wants to know the difference between cervical, lymphoma, breast cancer.
Cervical? No, I'm cervical.
Cervical, lymphoma, breast cancer. Lymphoma, L-Y.
Yeah. Lymphoma is lymphoma is a tumor made of fat cells. Generally, they are not cancerous. So unless it is absolutely necessary, we don't meddle with the lymphoma because it can recur. But the next question is about the breast cancer. It's a cancer. Yes. It's a cancer. And that's why we advise women to have a mammogram after 40 years, every year. Every year, they should have a mammogram. And also the vaginal smear, so that, we can rule out uterine cancer, cervical cancer, and detect early, and we can give appropriate treatment. And breast cancer is, very common in women. So my advice is go for a regular checkup, do a regular mammogram after the age of 40. And if you take Ganoderma, which will arrest the growth of the cancer cells in the body, because every day we are producing abnormal cells, the cancer cells in the body. So our immune system has to take care of it. And Ganoderma will give you that extra power to deal with that abnormal cells and the cancer cells.
Yeah, so one more question came from, that is for the asthmatic problem or low immunity, age group of 3 to 16 years, that is how much that is RGGL and other product he will consume.
Yeah, again, it's about the dosage, right? So normally it is said, go by the weight and each kg, of weight we titrate the dosage. But there is no such dosage schedule in Ganoderma. So, you can take any amount of Ganoderma, at least, take 5 grams. If you are not able to take 5 grams, at least 3 grams. That is 2 pairs in the morning, 2 pairs in the night.
Fine. And one more question came, that is, what will be the, now again they are saying we're using the word doses. It's not a medicine, but they are using the word doses. That is, what will be the, that is how much he can take, that is RGGL for dialysis case, kidney patient.
Once, patient is on dialysis, that means, his kidney function is totally gone. Either, he has to maintain, we have to maintain him on dialysis, or plan for a transplant, renal transplant, kidney transplant. And Ganoderma will be helpful if there is a decrease in renal function. I've seen people, experienced people with a high creatinine, maybe around 4, 5, 6. With Ganoderma, they'll be able to be in a non-dialysable situation for about 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. I've seen many patients. But at least there should be some kidney function for the Ganoderma to stimulate. So without that, nothing happens. When the kidney is totally burnt out, the only option is to be on the dialysis or on go for a renal transplant. But the other experience also, my experience is, it can help in the number of dialysis coming down over a period of time. But I don't know, I never talked to my nephrology colleagues, about Ganoderma. I don't know how far they will be comfortable in consuming Ganoderma. But a lot of, kidney failure patients, they want to be without dialysis. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But in allopathic medicine, it's very difficult to recommend Ganoderma for anybody, the allopathic part, because our system of medicine is like that. So it is on an individual basis, discretion that one need to take caution and take Ganoderma so that the kidney function hopefully improves.
Yeah. Then that is one question came from, that is one of our leaders. That is, what is the cervical cancer?
Okay.
We wanted to know about what is the cervical cancer, and how cervical cancer and how Ganoderma will helpful in this.
Okay. Now again, it's going to, from the health prevention is going to disease. So a lot of people will have many questions to ask. How can it help in disease? Yeah. So I mentioned that, if Ganoderma is a very powerful anti-cancer agent, and cervical cancer, one of the commonest cancers next to breast cancer in women. And if it's found early, any cancer which is detected early, in the early stages, stage 1, stage 2, it can be curable. And along with the treatment modalities, I said surgery or chemotherapy or radiation, you need to take a very high dose of Ganoderma. That is 24 grams of Ganoderma every day for 6 months to 1 year. But we know that the cancer cells, they are notorious to recur again. So you need to go for regular checkups and screening, so that you identify the recurrence early, and so that you'll be able to treat the disease. The cancer is curable, provided we detect it early. Cancer is controllable, and only in certain situations and in certain cancers, we have no answer. They may be in stage 4. So Ganoderma or any form of treatment cannot offer any help to them. Yeah.
Yeah, 72-year-old lady asking up one question. That is, I often feel burning on my back, and I have problem of varicose veins too. So how the Ganoderma will helpful for me, and how much quantity I have to take?
Okay. Now, varicose veins means the problem means, it's due to some mechanical obstruction. One thing we must clearly understand, that Ganoderma may not help in most of the mechanical problems, right? Except maybe if there is some clotting mechanism with a thrombus or something like that, it as an antiplatelet, it can help. So prolonged use of Ganoderma can help in such a stroke or in heart attack, after heart attack, along with the medications if you take, and along with the blood thinners. For abnormal sensation, generally because of the aging, the nerves become weak. We call it as neuropathy. So it may be simply related to aging process, and you need to take more of neurovitamins. And Ganoderma can help in diabetic neuropathy, especially in complications of diabetes, maybe chronic non-healing ulcers, neuropathies. It can help. And my mother is taking Ganoderma for diabetic neuropathy. I put her on all kinds of medication supplements, and including gabapentin, and she was not able to tolerate. And that's good, she's healthy. She's 85, and Ganoderma has helped her to recover from the diabetic neuropathy. So if there is a altered sensation, it's a state of condition of neuropathy, maybe a simple aging process, or due to diabetes or any disease which can affect the nerves. So one can take around 5 grams of Ganoderma.
Yeah, one more question came. That is a lady asking for her mother, 75-year-old, suffering from liver cirrhosis since 2 years. And she's giving 6 spirulina tablet daily, a part of her allopathic medicine. What else should she will give to her, a part of along with spirulina?
Now, spirulina gives only the nutrition, micronutrition. If you want to have a liver protection and probably help the liver to regenerate a bit, then Ganoderma is the answer. Because I discussed that Ganoderma is very powerful in stimulating the regeneration function. So if the liver is so bad, the liver is failing, then only the liver transplant. That too, again, it's based on, the liver transplant is based on partial liver transplants we do, based on the cellular regeneration. And in that, the liver cirrhosis, she needs to take RGGL.
And sir, one more question came from that is one of our distributor. He's saying that his father had a problem in his spinal cord, and he fell down from height of the fate, and he's doing fine now after taking Ganoderma, but the spinal cord is continuously bending. What can I do more to prevent that?
Of course, the nerve function would have recovered, but whatever the damage, the destruction has happened because of the fall to the bones. Maybe because of that, there is abnormal, the posture or bending, the happening in the mechanical. That's a mechanical problem. So unless it is absolutely necessary, you don't have to do anything with that, because when we do surgery on the spine, we are not comfortable. So whatever function, nervous function he has recovered and is able to do well, just leave him like that. That is my opinion. And you can take a opinion from an orthopedic surgeon whether there is any real compression to the spinal cord. I think the way he has improved, it means that that the compression is relieved and he is fine. So he can avoid major surgeries on the spine at this age.
And now, doctor, I'm taking is asking for the element reflection happens for the individual, and second question is that I'm just combining that question. That is for the Parkinson's. That is how many? What are the doses for the RGGL he will give to Parkinson's patient?
Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Okay. Parkinson's is a chronic degenerative disease of the brain. Alzheimer's, Parkinsonism, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. They're all chronic degenerative disorders of the brain and the nervous system. And of course, we know that Ganoderma is very powerful in protecting the nervous system. As I said, it's a powerful brain tonic. It can help in regeneration of the nerve cells. That's the latest information what the researchers have given us. So Ganoderma can help in Parkinson's. And today we know that virgin coconut oil can help in patients with Alzheimer's and Parkinsonism, even people with diabetes. We have our virgin coconut oil. So along with RG and GL, I would recommend 15 ml of virgin coconut oil twice daily. Kindly ask him to go through the websites. There is so much of information available on virgin coconut oil, how it can help in chronic disorders, degenerative disorders of the brain. My experience is I have come across few people with Parkinson and milder form of degenerative disease, brain disease. They become better and they take virgin coconut oil. So 5 grams, as the usual, 5 grams of RGGL plus coconut oil, because virgin coconut oil contains monolaurin, which energizes the brain cells. It's a scientific proof. So I would strongly recommend him to take virgin coconut oil 1 tablespoon twice daily.
And so one question came, that is in paralysis case, that is the age of 65, having a paralysis case, that is he's asking for that how much RGGL and Moraji given to his father.
Yeah, that's I said. There is no sort of a standard prescription or a dosage. If there is any disease, at least give around 8 to 10 grams of Ganoderma. One may not require, the mega dose of Ganoderma. Because these are all chronic conditions. So slowly over a period of time, you can build the tissue concentration of Ganoderma. So 10 grams should be adequate. If they are not in a position to sort of give a high dosage, at least around 5 grams, that is 6 RG and 6 GL. Otherwise, 10 to 12 pairs of RG GL every day.
Yeah, sir, I'm going to take that is 2 more questions. That is one is for that is can we give the RGGL that is below 7-year age children?
Yeah, sure. Ganoderma is very safe. Even for a newborn baby, you can give Ganoderma. And but for them it is not necessary to give a high dosage of Ganoderma. If you can give around 2 pairs of Ganoderma, that's fine.
Yes, sir. Then one question came from the Jalandhar, Punjab. His age was 74, got angioplasty in 2000. Now having that is angina. How much RGGL and Moraji? And his wife 70 having dementia. How much she should take? That is one is having.
It's the same dosage, at least 5 grams. So and there are the reports, the research papers available about Ganoderma and heart disease. And in latest Indian Heart Journal 2018, September, October, there was a full article, original article on Ganoderma, how it can help in heart patients with angina and heart attack. So, being a powerful antioxidant, how it can help them. Also, we know that it increases the blood supply to the heart because of its action on the microcirculation. As I mentioned, Ganoderma contains adenosine and guanosine. It's a powerful substance which can increase the microcirculation to any organ in the body, and particularly to the heart. So, definitely, you can take Ganoderma minimum 5 grams. 6 RG and 6 GL.
So, that is now I'm combining two questions in one. That is, one is asking, can without only taking a spirulina, can he control the diabetic? And one person is asking for that 1 year ago, that is, he's gone through the heart surgery, then how much quantity he can take for the detox products?
It's again, the same the dosage question. The 5 grams of RGGL, if it's, the disease is severe, give 10 grams. And spirulina, minimum 2 grams per day. That is 6 spirulinas every day. 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. And if there is a malnutrition, if there is anemia, there is a malnutrition, then you can step it up to 3 or 4 grams. But that may not be really necessary. So I think 2 to 3 grams of spirulina is more than enough. And RGGL, 5 grams.
And sir, I'm today going to take last question of the day. Dr. G.K. Rai, he's asking, what should be given to patient of asthma of 72-year-old?
Yeah. So now if a person is 72 years old, suffering from asthma for many years, most probably, you must have gone in for a stage of obstructive pulmonary disease. COPD, we call it as COPD. There the lung function comes down. And because lung tissue gets destroyed, the alveoli and the terminal bronchioles. So in some patients, we may not be able to help that much, because even if they use puff, they are not comfortable, and even if they walk small distance, they become dyspneic. They'll pant for breath. So if the puff is able to, any kind of the inhalers, what they are using, it is going to help them to increase the lung function. They can use it. And some people, they can use nebulizers, home nebulizers. And Ganoderma can help in relieving the spasm, the bronchial spasm. As I said, it will not act immediately. So need to take over a period of time. Then, if there may be a improvement. So if already, if they have gone in for a stage of obstructive lung disease, then it's very difficult to reverse.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you very much, doctor. Can you share your email ID so that there are lots of questions was there if anybody want to them?
Yeah. I'll send it to you, Vijay.
Okay.
Just my I'll send it.
S.Ranjan 28 S.RANJAN 28 at the rate
of Yahoo
YAHOO
.co.in.
So दोस्तों जिनको this is a mail ID of Dr. S.Ranjan, आपका whatever your query, जो आपका कोई भी query है, then you can send along with the report.